another edition of Sling Pen Gaming.
Strategy edition.
Strategy. Yeah, I'm Berto.
I'm Nymz.
All right, so we got a lot of feedback and comments about strategy, and one of the things that I was watching some other tutorial videos, and they were talking about pilot skill value and does it matter? And they were saying that the higher the pilot skill value, the better. And I'm a little, I'm not sure 100% on that.
So we don't agree on this one.
Correct.
I think it does. Berto thinks it doesn't.
Right.
Berto has proven to me that it doesn't always. Doesn't mean I don't. Doesn't mean I believe that. But
right. So I'm trying to debunk the whole thing. Is the biggest thing with high pilot skill values, they do have the upper hand in a lot of situations. I agree 100%. You can attack first, awesome, and you can potentially arc dodge and move around,
yeah, you
awesome.
get to move last and attack first.
So there is a lot of benefits to that, but one of the things that I've always noticed is I like moving first and setting up my defense. I'm a very defensive style type of player.
Yeah.
That's
Which is why we disagree, because I'm more of an aggressive player.
Right. So with that, I'm always a big thing is I see a lot of people waste a lot of points potentially on a lot of high skill value pilots. They want to maximize their list and they want to put all aces on their list. That helps a little bit, especially like if you have I think it was Paul Heaver was fighting Nathan Ead in the final, playing against. They were fist fighting. They were playing against. They both had Poe Dameron with VI on it.
Yeah.
Right, and it came down to initiative. It came down to a luck of the die.
Well, that's what
see who had initiative.
A lot of people have those initiative builds.
Right.
You know, they go 99 points because they have the higher pilot skill.
Right, and they want.
So they want to be able to move last and shoot first. Right.
So that's my biggest thing is like you have sometimes some of these pilot skills, high pilot abilities are also potentially situational.
Right.
Like Poe Dameron, Soontir Fel, Vader.
Yeah,
these are all the ones that are high skill value pilots. Even you know what? I don't see a ship. Luke. I don't see Luke Skywalker anymore. I used to see it back in the day, but now you don't see him anymore. But all these high pilot
he's
skill
not
values,
even that high. What is he?
I think he's a 9.
No, I think he's like a 6 or a 7.
No.
Yeah.
I have to look.
Pull it up really quick.
All right, we have to look that up. So, but anyway,
so while he's looking that up, so to me, here's some pros of high pilot skill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shooting first. If I'm shooting first with a 9 against a 4, if I kill you, you don't get to shoot back at me.
True, I agree with that 100%.
And Luke's an 8.
Luke is an 8. So if you have a 9 like Vader and this and that, you get and if you have VI instincts, you're jumping up to 11. And I agree with your statement that you get to shoot first and you don't get to shoot back. But the thing, to me, it's points. Like it's what I love about fantasy flight games, especially X-Wing, they've really done a phenomenal job at points, and I think trying the balancing of those points. So when you have a high skill value pilot, you're going to spend a lot more points, and if you outfit like Soontir Fel, right, it's almost a 30-something point ship. It's
almost a third of your points right there in one ship.
Right. So I can potentially outfit almost 2 T-70 X-Wings just for almost just shy, half under, maybe a little bit, maybe 1.5 Soontir Fel. 1.5 T-70s for 1 Soontir Fel. That's my biggest thing. I'd rather have some more firepower, but that's where the balance comes in. If you play the ships right and you play into the strengths and weaknesses, you know, typically any 100-point list will be very competitive. But this is the biggest thing is like Paul Heaver. If you look at his list in the World Championships, he had only 1 ace.
Yeah.
Right? All the other were lower skill value pilots.
That's usually how the builds go. So it's usually 1 ace and then a bunch of filler.
Right.
Most of these higher, championship level games, you're going to see that. Now there have been, 4 Bs and a Z or whatever some of those other lists were, where it's all, generic pilots, just like your baby blues. Me, when we're playing for fun, I do like playing.
Yeah, you do.
I love playing high pilot skilled, pilots. I dump a lot of my points into 2 ships. The bad part is one of those goes down, there's half your list right there. You've only got 1 ship left. So that's a con for a high pilot skill where you dump a lot of points in.
Right. But if you what I disagree with all the different statements about is it's not about outfitting all your ships with whole eye aces. It's balance, right? To me, the biggest thing is balance. And it plays to your strengths and weaknesses and how you style of play. What I like to say is I can have 2 lower skill value pilots, right? Like the core set, think about it. The core set, when you first buy a core set, you have 2 TIE fighters and you have 1 X-Wing, Okay, you have 2 lower skill value pilot ships versus 1 higher powered X-wing, right? They, technically speaking, are balanced. It's because of their abilities and because of their speed and strength, and the X-wing can maneuver a lot more and take more hits, but the lower pilot skill value TIE fighters can, there's 2 of them instead of just 1.
Right.
That to me is the pros and cons. So what I'm trying to say, and what my whole thing is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't try to put all your eggs into higher skill value pilots. If you want to outfit 1 or maybe 2 and everybody else generic, whatever the case may be, remember that. And that's kind of what Nymz was saying, is like sometimes he'll have 2 ships. If 1 ship goes down, he's only got 1 ship left.
Yeah.
Right? So that's, if you think about it, let's say he's usually slinging 3 dice or maybe 2 dice out of a ship, and potentially if it's 3 attack dice and he's doing 4 if he's in range 1, but that's only 1. If I still have 3 or 4 ships like my T-70s, I'm still slinging 12, 16, a shitload of dice.
Yeah.
So that's the pros and cons to me, is don't, expand your horizons. Don't always go, oh my God, the new Soontir Fel came out and he's the awesomest thing in the world.
Soontir Fel is your go-to pilot.
I
would say
he's my nemesis.
Out of all the videos we've done here lately, you've mentioned Soontir Fel in every single video.
He's my nemesis. We go back and forth. When I see Soontir Fel, like when I took out that one list, I was so determined to take out that Soontir. Yes, but because he, to me, is like the prime example of a high skill value pilot. But if you catch him right,
true.
That's the thing. It goes down real fast.
Yeah. So championship list builds, keep it simple. You don't you don't want to dump a lot of points into multiple aces.
Yeah.
Because you lose one, there goes half your points, there goes a third of your points, whatever. More often than not, you'll see 1 ace and then 2 to 3 fillers.
And also be careful about I call them the handshake lists. All right, and what I would mean the handshake list is probably for another video, is when you have ships that pass other abilities to another ship that pass another ability to another ship, because once one ship goes down, your whole thing crumbles, and you have a lot of wasted points.
Especially if you built everything on that one,
right.
Handshake.
And if I see that handshake list, if I see that 1 target list, like we were talking about the Forlorn in another video,
you're gonna go for that one.
I'm going right for that ship. So keep that in mind. All right. Well, again, we're always never perfect and this and that, but this is our opinion and our abilities. We actually, ironically, we differ in our opinions as far as high skill value pilot or low skill value pilot. How would you guys modify what we're saying? What would you think about? How would you fly it? How would you fly against it as far as high skill value pilots? Do you like them or do you not?
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Leave it in the comments below.
When you're done with that, do the normal. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, if you haven't, what is wrong with you? If you have, you guys are awesome as always.
Just subscribe.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.